But the main problem with McLarens in general is that they have really bad reliability issues. Today we're going to be ranking supercars and hypercars in a tier list. This tier list includes cars like the Koenigsegg Regera, the Bugatti Chiron, and many other supercars and hypercars. So hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I have a tier list in which I'll be ranking lots of supercars and hypercars to see which one is best and worst. Before we get onto the video, I just want to tell you guys a quick disclaimer, and that is that all of this is my opinion, and if for example I put a car higher up on the tier list than another, it doesn't mean it's actually better. It's just my opinion and what I think about the cars. Before we start, I just want to remind you to press the red subscribe button below because I would greatly appreciate it and it helps me a lot. Thanks everyone. Okay, enough with the talking, so let's get onto the tier list. Okay, so let's get on with the tier list. First, I'm gonna explain all the tiers. So, at the very bottom, we have just no. That means I appreciate the car's designers and the engineers' work and everything, but I just simply don't like the car, and so just no. And then, after that, we have I'll sell it for a profit. That means I like the car just a little bit, and I'll just get it and sell it if I can for a profit. If not, don't buy it at all. I'm saying this with fictional money. Then we have could be better. Is like I like the car, but there are some aspects of it that could be improved, that could be made better by the engineers and the designers of the car. We have then in the middle, looks good. I like the car, I like the looks, everything is just kind of like average. And yep. Then after that, tier up, we have a dream to drive. That means that I really would dream to drive that car, and I think that the car is actually pretty good and quite good on road and on the track. Then we have get me in one right now. Get me in one right now. That means like I really wanna get a passenger ride or me get to drive one. Because I just think the car is amazing and the design is amazing and it's just a great car overall. And then finally the best tier of all is best of the best, and that's where I'm gonna put the best car I think out of all of these, and it's just simply the best car from an engineering, design, and everything else, you know. A car that I think is good on the track but also on the road, is good as a daily but also as a weekend track tool. And yeah, so those are the tiers explained. So let's start first with the 488, the Ferrari 488. This has 3.8 liter, I'm pretty sure, twin turbo V8 producing about 700 horsepower. And yeah, I think the car is beautiful. Overall, it has some really nice lines. Of course, Ferrari, they have great engineers and designers. They can make really good cars. From what I've heard from different people, YouTubers, media, journalists, etc., the car is great to drive. It's comfortable when you don't have it on the when you're in comfort mode, you know. But then it can also be great as a track day car and as a car to, for example, go on the Nürburgring, Laguna Seca, different tracks like that. And from what I've seen, it's quite reliable. There's not a lot of maintenance issues, like for example a car that will go on to next McLaren. Yeah. So with all of that said, I think I'm gonna put the Ferrari to looks good. I'm not a big fan of the 488, like but as I said, I like it, and from what I've heard, it's a great car. So yeah, looks good, or nearly a dream to drive, but looks good. Next, as I said, we'll go on to the McLaren. right here, the 720S Spider. In this case, I'll just talk about the Spider and the Coupe as the same car. So the 720S Spider or Coupe. Well, as a car, purely as a performance car, this car is amazing. The best car you can get for the money, hands down. And yeah, the car is fast, like really fast. Apparently it has 720 horsepower, but you know, maybe they kind of rigged it, maybe it has a little more. But the main problem with McLarens in general is that they have really bad reliability issues. As you saw, lots of McLaren Sennas, which is their Ultimate Series hypercar, lots of them burnt down actually, and that was terrible to see. $1 million cars just burning to ashes. And yeah, lots of people have interior issues with 720Ss, like the interior crackles and stuff when you touch it. So that's why I think I'll put the 720S, just from that point of view, for the reliability, could be better. As a performance car, don't get me wrong, the car is absolutely incredible and it destroys nearly every other car in its price range. For like drag racing and stuff like that, like 0 to 60 times, stock on stock cars, it probably destroys every single car at its price range, but the reliability really brings it down. And also the depreciation, I didn't say that. After 1 year it loses lots of value. I'm not sure exactly on the number, but it's somewhere around like $70,000 to $100,000, which is really bad. You know, you don't spend $300,000 on a car and then just 1 year later you can sell it only for $200,000. Next we have the Aston Martin right here. I'm not a huge how do I say this? I don't know a lot about Aston Martins and their names and stuff. They have kind of complicated names, all the DB series lines and the Vantages and all of those things. So I'm not sure exactly what Aston Martin it is, but I'll just talk about how it looks from this picture and what I know about the brand from my knowledge. So I think this is a Aston Martin Vantage or Vanquish, I'm pretty sure. So I like how it looks. Aston Martin's on really classic cars, like classic cars. Of course, James Bond also made them famous, and they're just good for like weekends and like going to fancy dinners and stuff. They're not necessarily the best track cars, not the fastest on the track, but they're just nice cruisers, like going for weekend rides, going on a short road trip. They have quite a good practicality and driving suspension for bumps and stuff. So for that, I think I'll put it at looks good. I like the car overall, nothing bad to say about it. The design is incredible also. Next, let's see, what car should we pick. We'll pick a big boy, the Bugatti Chiron. The Bugatti Chiron, it's kind of like super hyped, and it's hyped for a reason. 1,500 horsepower from that W16 engine, which is basically two V8s. So if this is a V8, the two V8s stuck together like that, and it produces 1,500 horsepower, which is incredible and insane to think about it. And from everyone I've heard, every journalist, every reviewer, which are not biased, they say the car is just incredible to drive as a track. Not really for the track, the car is quite heavy for the track, but like for straight line speed, acceleration, and even daily driving, they say it's the best daily driver hypercar. And that is because it's part of the Volkswagen group. Volkswagen makes cars from Volkswagen to Bugattis, including Porsche, Audi, and everything like that. So they really do have lots of R&D, research and development, and the things like that into the chassis, suspension. So for this, I'll put it, get me in one right now, because I really want to be in a Bugatti to like get the experience from everyone I hear. That like every YouTuber that went in one, they say it's like a jet accelerating, like you accelerate so smoothly like a literal jet, fighter jet. So that's why I'll put it in right there. It has incredible engineering, incredible design, everything. Next, the Lamborghini Aventador. The Aventador is a really good looking car, as lots of kids would say the Batmobile, even though it's not. It has really incredible design with lots of angles, just classic Lamborghini. When you think of Lamborghini, you think of the Aventador. And of course, a naturally aspirated V12, which sounds incredible. So yeah, nothing more to say about that. Just a good car, and I'll put it at looks good. It's not the best in for example, it's not the best track car, the best weekend car, the most comfortable car, but it's kind of in the middle of all of those, which makes it an overall good car. Next we have, let's see, the GT2 RS, the Porsche GT2 RS. For this one, I want it to go to get me in, or nah, I'll put it at a dream to drive. So the reason I put it right there is because it has incredible design. Of course, all Porsches look amazing in my opinion. They just evolved from all the way 70 years ago, since the first 911 was made, till now. They have just been evolving that shape and that type of engine, that flat six. And yeah, the car is extremely good on the track. The GT2 RS MR, which is a modified version of it from Manti Racing, has the Nürburgring lap record for the fastest car, road legal car there. And yeah, it's an amazing track day car. It's comfortable from what I've heard. I've never been in one. It's comfortable on the road, and yeah, good engineering, amazing. The sound, people compare it to the GT3 RS, and they say the GT3 sounds better because it's not naturally aspirated. This one is twin turbo, but I still like the sound even though it's twin turbo. Next, let's see, we have the Audi R8 V10, the new one, the Audi R8. I think I'll put it at looks good. It's an average car. It has the really good sounding naturally aspirated V10 engine, producing about 500 and something horsepower. And yeah, from what I've heard, it's the more daily drivable Lamborghini Huracan, because the R8 and the Huracan share the same engine. Of course, they're both a part of the Volkswagen group, as I said, likewise with Bugatti. And yeah, the Audi R8 is a good daily drivable supercar. It's basically the best first supercar from what I have heard. Next, let's see, the second Aston Martin. This looks like another Vanquish or Vantage or some kind of DB11. Nah, I told you, I'm not sure which Aston Martin this is, but from what I see right here, it's a really good design as the last one. Nice lines across the side profile that you can see right there. And yeah, the same goes from what I said from the last one. It's a great grand tour, great for fancy dinners, and looks good right there. Next, we have the Ferrari 812 Superfast. This car is kinda insane. 800 horsepower, naturally aspirated V12 engine. The design is insane, incredible. All these words I've been saying until now. Rear-wheel drive, just a Ferrari masterpiece, modern Ferrari masterpiece, and that's why I'll put it at, honestly, get me in one right now, because I think the sound that naturally aspirated V12 makes is just unparalleled to any other car on sale right now, any new car right now. And yeah, they just came out with the GTS, which is the convertible version. And so yeah, that's why I put it right there. Next, let's see, the Ford GT. Ford GT, and it's the new Ford GT, not the old one. An interesting car. I'll sell it for a profit. This is, and I'll explain why right now. I'm not a huge fan of this car. At the beginning, when it came out like a couple of years ago, when I wasn't that much into cars, just about the looks and I really like the car because even now it looks incredible. Like, it looks so futuristic with the flying buttresses and everything on the car. But I think what lets it down is that engine. Because for a car that looks like that, you expect it to have, I don't know, a V12, a V10, at least a V8, But it has a twin turbo EcoBoost V6. The car is powerful. It has about 600 and 600 and something horsepower from what I know. 647, yeah, I remember right now. 647 horsepower. And so yeah, the car is pretty fast, but it's still a V6. Like, nothing against V6s, but I don't think the sound of the V6 like gets my attention as much as the design of the car, and that's why I put it right there. And also the car was I don't think it's worth what it's like the market value is right now. I think it's about between $600,000 and $700,000, and I do not think it's worth that for an engine that is derived from a Ford Raptor. So yeah. Next, we have the Huracan Performante. For this one, I'll put it at get me and run right now with the Ferrari and the Bugatti. I think the car is really good. The sound is incredible from that V10 naturally aspirated engine. It has lots of cool and good aerodynamics from Lamborghini's aerodynamic research group thing. And yeah, that's why I'll put that Huracan right there. Nothing more to say. Great design, great sound, great performance. It did hold the Nürburgring lap record for the fastest production car, which has now been beaten. And there was a bit of controversy with it, maybe about faking the lap time. Who knows? Lamborghini, you gotta step up your game, I guess. Beat the new Black Series. Okay. So yeah, I'll put it at get me in one right now because I really wanna be in or drive a Lamborghini Huracan Performante. Next, let's see, 2 hypercars and a supercar. I'll just pick the supercar right now. So this is the Acura NSX, the new one, not the old Acura NSX. I'll put it at honestly, could be better. Lots of people give it lots and lots of slack because the if you guys don't know, the original Acura NSX was an old supercar, let's say, from the 1990s. I'm pretty sure that Honda made. Honda and Acura are the same brand, just in different countries. That Honda made Acura to try to beat Ferraris at the time. The Ferrari car at the time. I'm not sure what model was that. And people say that the new NSX didn't live up to the hype of the old one because the old one is really loved by everyone. But I think it did, because the design is pretty good, honestly. Like, I really like the design, futuristic. I think it'll hold up quite well over time. The performance is also there as well. It has I'm not sure, let me remember. It has 573 horsepower, and that I'm not sure what engine it has, or V6 or V8, but I'm 100% sure it has hybrid technology, so it does have that little bit of instant torque from some hybrid technology and batteries in the car, which I think is good, as well as going forward with all the pollution laws and everything like that. So that's why I'll put that could be better. The car is good, but the reason I think it could be better is because I feel like the engine doesn't have the same note as a V8 or a V10, of course. What can I say? Then next we have, let's see, we'll pick the Regera, the Koenigsegg Regera. For this car, honestly, I'll put it as between best of the best and get me one right now. If it would have been a Koenigsegg Agera or RS or maybe the new Jesko, I'll put it at best of the best. But for this one, so let me first say the good parts about the car. The design is incredible. I really love the front end, the back end, everything. And the other good part is that it has incredible technology. It also has 1,500 horsepower, and it has a twin turbo V8, which sounds really cool. And also on top of that, some hybrid technology as well. And a really cool innovation that they made on the Regera is their gearbox. Their gearbox has no gears basically. Like, you only have 2 gears, reverse and forward. And I'm not sure if you have neutral or not. But it basically, when you press on the pedal, it just goes up to the red line without switching any gears, and it has incredible top speed and acceleration because of that. So that's why I'll put it right there, because it has lots of good engineering, and I really wanted everyone to see the experience of the no gear gearbox, which has only really been done by Koenigsegg. And finally, the best car of all, in my opinion, from a design point and a feeling point, like performance, but also what you feel from the car when you drive it and when you listen to that engine, and that is the Pagani Huayra. I'll put it at best of the best. The design is just simply incredible. It's as much of a piece of art as a automobile. You can literally just put it in an art museum and that's it. You have the car right there. And yeah, that's the reason I'll put it right there. Also, the interior is absolutely immaculate. Lots of carbon fiber, leathers, just details everywhere that only Pagani and Horatio Pagani could have made. It's also my mom's favorite car, and it also has a naturally aspirated V12 engine, which sounds incredible. So that's why I'll put it right there. And yeah, I think that is the end of the tier list, guys. Oh, and also one more point for the Pagani is that you have incredible customizing, and the spec process is absolutely incredible. You get to fly out to Italy to meet Horatio Pagani, the owner and founder of Pagani Automobile, and you get to spec the car with him next to you, and you get to have tinted carbon fiber, everything, any leather, anything. So yeah, that's the end of the tier list. I really hope you liked it, and you liked my choice or didn't like them. If you didn't like them, make sure to say why in the comments below. So let's get on to the intro.
Really hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, don't forget to drop a like. If you want to see more videos like this, press this big subscribe button below. And as always, if you have any comments or suggestions, leave them in the comments below. So as always, have a great day everyone, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!